Brian, David Newton here. I don't think you're right down the middle, and we don't usually
No.
see it coming. We don't see it coming down the middle very often. You always come off the edge.
Nice.
Speaking of that, though, you seem to have added more to your repertoire this year. What specifically you think has gotten better from you as a pass rusher?
I would just say that understanding how to get to the quarterback. Like I would say probably pulling out certain moves when they're like necessary. So, and also having a hand. Like I didn't have a healthy hand last year, but yeah. So in my arsenal, whatever, just pulling out the right move for that particular time. So like the spin move, the ghost move, the outside spin. It's all a chess game. Like I be telling people, like it's a game within a game between you and a tackle, because y'all both trying to guess what he's going to do and what I'm going to do. So I would just say using my moves better. That's the difference.
And has it been tougher because you haven't had K1 in there to have him beside Derek Brown to give you take up more double teams? What's been the difference?
Yeah, it's just pretty tough. I'm drawing a lot of attention as far as like chips and everything that everybody can see. Chips, double teams, whatever the case may be. KK would have definitely took a boatload of that attention. Derek Brown and the rest of the D-line doing everything they can. They're doing a great job. It's just like the chips and everything. It just get annoying, but it's just something you got to deal with. I'll get around it.
Let's go to Jonathan Alexander and then Mike Solarte.
Hey, what's up, Brian? Hope you're doing well, man.
Doing good. How are you?
Good, man. First of all, what's a ghost move?
All right, so the ghost is pretty much I threaten the tackle with my speed, and I kind of throw a hand as if I'm going to stab or chop him to make him shoot his hand, so he reveals his move. And once I see his hand shoots, I dip under his shoulder. I dip under his arms and keep going.
Gotcha. That was the same one you did against the Atlanta Falcons? Was it the Atlanta Falcons?
No, I think you're talking about the Saints.
Yeah, I meant the Saints. Sorry.
Yeah,
that was
Saints,
the same
yeah.
one? Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Cool. And also, have you noticed at what point did you notice teams start to focus a lot more on you? At what point this season?
I honestly don't know. To be completely honest, because sometimes they'll sprinkle in a couple chips every now and then, but I don't know. Just like the last 3 weeks has been, a little too much, a little too many chips. But I don't really know exactly when it started though, for real.
Go ahead, Mike.
Hey, Brian. Mike Solarte, Spectrum News 1. In regards to those chips, that is, as a defensive player, do you kind of view that as maybe a sign of respect from the other team that they think they've got to take care of you like that? Yeah,
it's definitely respect. Anytime they like go out of their way to kind of mess up your rush, because a chip alignment, like everything is very calculated when it comes to rushing, in my opinion. It's like a certain alignment, a certain angle that you have to get, and if they put a tight end in that chip position or they put it back to come chip you, it throws off your angle. So it's definitely a sign of respect that they would do that for me, but it just gets annoying. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's cool, all the respect and everything. Yeah, that's great and dandy, but nah, it's annoying. Like, but I just got to figure out a way to get around it, and this is whatever. I will.
And following up on that, how much chipping do you expect out of Detroit this week, and what they present as you get ready to play them this week?
Shoot, I don't know. I don't even know if they're gonna do it, but most likely they will. But I got something for it. So that was.
All right, let's go to Joe Person and then Phil Orban.
Brian, would you see less of that kind of attention if you all were running a few more blitzes?
I honestly don't know. That's above my pay grade. I don't know if blitzes would stop the chips or not, but I don't really know. To be honest, I don't know how to answer that.
Yeah, and along those lines, we've talked to Matt about it, and you guys sometimes drop 8 in coverage and just rush the 3 to kind of protect the back end. Do you have any thoughts on kind of how y'all have kind of mixed a lot of that in? The kind of 3-man fronts have been a thing.
Yeah, it's versatile, and it definitely keeps the offense guessing. I would say that whatever the call, like the mentality that the defense has now, whatever call it is, we're gonna make it right regardless. We just got to make it work, and that's kind of where we're headed right now. is making whatever the call is work, whether it's 3-man, 4-man, 5-man, full house, it don't matter. So that's kind of where we at right now.
Ryan, when you're talking about like learning which move will work in which situation, is it the type of situation where you were in college, you could do whatever you wanted, like any move would work just because of your athletic ability? And then how long did it take you to realize that you needed to take that kind of extra step in the NFL?
It took a while. Like last year I said, I used to rely on my athletic ability and my speed and everything a lot. Now I'm kind of taking in consideration of extra film study to know what a guy likes to do, if he likes the jump set, if he likes the angle set, if he likes the vertical set. Now I know how to rush him. Or if he wants to, if he changes it up, if he goes 2 vertical sets, then the angle set every now and then, now I know I should be ready for that in quick hands. Like just knowing what to look for. So instead of just going off of pure instinct and the athleticism, now I have the knowledge of it's like a pregame snap kind of knowledge. Now I have that to go along with it, and that's kind of like taking my game to another level as far as rushing. And
then, but in college, you could pretty much just rely solely on that.
Yeah, in college, it was something like that. In college, yeah, like if I know I got a guy that really can't keep up with me, then yeah, I throw whatever, and it usually just works.
All right, guys, we're getting close on time, so let's go to Darren Gant and then finish with Elena Getzenberg.
Brian, in terms of learning and adding to your repertoire of pass rush moves, is that something you can actually do during a season, or is that an off-season experiment, learn, study kind of thing, or can you add to it as the season's unfolding?
I definitely feel like you can add to it. It'll be harder because, I mean, like usually, yeah, in the off-season, that's time you can watch it and perfect it and rep it. But yeah, you could definitely add on to the season because you can, like, because we have pressure tapes and everything, and I just watch other edge guys around the league, and I can take some from here, take some from there, and I can rep it myself and turn it into my own kind of move. So you could definitely implement it into the season.
Is there a particular guy you've seen this season where you saw something and said, "Hey, I can do that"?
Yeah, actually, Khalil against, I think it was Tampa Bay. He did a nice he had a nice approach into his rush. It was a regular dip rip, but he just had a nice approach to it, and I liked what he did. So I was working on that a couple weeks back.
Hey, Brian, I was curious. You've kind of seen Yetur go through a different experience, different injury than you, but like also dealing with an injury in his rookie season. Is there anything you've kind of told him about what you learned from dealing with an injury in your rookie season, or anything you've kind of talked to him about?
I mainly just told him be smart. I mean, he's back now. Glad to have him. But I just told him be smart. You don't want to rush anything, make it worse, and things like that. But he felt like he was okay and 100% to go. So, I mean, he's back with us, and I'm glad he's back for real.
And now that he's kind of starting opposite you, is there anything? How have you kind of seen him maybe improve since he training camp and all that?
One thing I like about Yetur, he loves to listen. So when I talk to him and I tell him the things that I go through before the snap, about reading the offensive lineman's gait or a certain formation, or if the back's to you, certain things, center back, slide protection, whatever. It's just taking another step as far as like Yetur probably just knows he wants to get down. He knows his job and he's going to go. But I'm trying to get him to take this extra step of thinking of what you could get, if you get what I'm saying. So that's kind of where I'm at with him right now. He's listening.
All right. Absolute last one. Sharon, you can go ahead and ask your question before we let Brian go.
Thanks, Preston. Hey, Brian, just looking at the Detroit offense, DeAndre Swift has really stepped it up, it seems like, in the past couple of weeks. What kind of a challenge does he pose, especially with teaming with Adrian Peterson?
She broke up a little bit. You broke up a little bit. What'd you say then?
Sorry, I was just asking about DeAndre Swift. He's really been playing well the past couple of weeks. And can you just talk about the challenge of facing him in addition to Adrian Peterson in that running game?
Yeah, it's definitely they have like a little 1-2 combo. Yeah, he's getting the ball a lot. No, not only just handoffs, but they also throwing the ball to him a lot. So I guess that's kind of like their playmaker or whatever. And I feel like AP is like the workhorse. Like, he's going to come in, run downhill, very strong. And I feel like that's a good 1-2 punch for them. But, I mean, that's really all I can say about it.